What's going on? Welcome back to the podcast. I am back. It is 2025. And yeah, it is good to be back. I had some family emergencies I had to take care of before kind of jumping back into it. I took some time away to take care of all of that. But this episode's a great one. I have Kellen McGregor, guitarist for the band Memphis May Fire, on the podcast to talk about the brand new record, Shapeshifter, which is dropping this Friday, March 28th on Rise Records. Additionally, they have a banger of a headlining tour kicking off in about a month, and you had better get your tickets because lots of dates are selling out. Portland is sold out, as well as many other markets. It's going to be a great time. We talked about working on the new record and other side quests, as well as maintaining a high level for such a long time, and just what the future looks like for the band. I had a great time chatting with Kellen. Hopefully you enjoy it too. But before we get to all that, I got to tell you about SeatGeek. First-time users can get $20 off with promo code Denning at checkout. Again, that is $20 off your first-time order with promo code Denning at checkout. Also, shout out to the people over at Emo's Not Dead, Matt, Gavin, the whole crew. They are giving you 20% off your order at emosnotdead.com with promo code Denning20. That is Denning20 at checkout. Shout out to them. And with that said, this is my chat with Kellen McGregor of Memphis May Fire. Enjoy. How are we feeling?
A lot better now. Yeah, dude, I don't know it's always something with me. My body is just made that way. It just, as I got older, dude, it was just like stuff I just can't eat anymore. And, I can't have dairy, can't do gluten, can't, even just stuff I usually can eat. Sometimes my body's like, nah.
Yeah, right. Isn't it crazy how like getting sick can just derail you for a whole week?
Yeah, and you would think I'm used to it. I mean, like I've lived with like pretty gnarly IBS for like a long time.
Oh no.
And I've just learned to like live with it. But sometimes, dude, when it takes me down, it's just like I'm just like down for a week. It's just wild.
Right. Like we, a bunch of us got back from that Emo's Not Dead cruise, and we were all down with that influenza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like it wasn't just like a couple of us; it was like a whole bunch of us.
Oh, everybody was getting that.
Yeah.
And Brandon Soller from Atreyu, he lives in my neighborhood. He came back with it, and then I think he gave it to some other people, and then my wife got it. Like everybody got it.
Isn't that crazy?
Just nicked me. I just dodged a little bit.
Yeah, but it's like crazy. You're at home and like your wife gets it. It's like, yeah, it's coming. It's coming to me soon, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, she's really diligent. She like has like a whole concoction of like her vitamin C, her like zinc, her like Zicam stuff. She has like this whole palette of. As soon as she starts feeling sick, she's just like throwing it back.
Isn't it crazy? Like, I mean, mine too, but she has like a whole like chest of cold medicine and ibuprofen. Yep. Like I wouldn't take any of it unless she forced me to.
Oh yeah, I know it's in there.
Yeah.
Still forget.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. I mean, have you wrapped up with the studio recently? Yeah.
Wrapped up in the studio?
Yeah, you were with. I'm not sure if you can tell who you were with, but.
Well, I've had people in and out. Yeah, I'm working on a 1,000 things right now. I'm just like, just dying. I'm mixing all of the new stuff for 0936, because he's my best bud and my neighbor. And Atreyu, I'm probably not supposed to say it, but Atreyu's doing stuff. So
I wasn't sure whether you can like launch it out there, but
yeah, they're not. I don't think they're like promoting it yet. I think it's still kind of a secret, but they're working on some new old stuff. And
okay,
they like, he lives down the street, so he's like, hey, you want to do it? I'm like, sure.
Which has to be crazy because you started doing the producing side of things like recently, right? Like last like 3-4 years.
Yeah, probably like I probably didn't get serious until like the last 6 years, and then it really started to pick up over the last 4. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is like your second Memphis record you've done producing. So I mean, that's know. How is it doing it like on your own side of things? Like, is it nerve-wracking, but also a little bit like rewarding, or?
It's kind of two-sided because like when you do stuff, I get hired a lot to basically either produce or mix other people's stuff.
Yeah.
I like writing with other people. It's very time consuming. But it's nice because you can like kind of do it and let go.
Yeah.
And you kind of just stay a little detached from it. When it's your own stuff, you're like right in the middle of it. You're just like can't see the forest for the trees. You're like, no, this sounds good. No, this sounds awful. So it's kind of a weird mindset to be in, but when you get it right, it's super rewarding. So that's why I put myself through the stress of doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
and I've now that I've done it twice. Well, after the last record, the guys I think were just kind of like, yeah, you should just do it. Saves us money. We'll still pay me well, but like saves us a lot of money in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't think people realize like just how expensive it is to produce a record, mix it, master it. It's a multi-step process.
Yeah, and it's funny being on the other side of things too, because like I remember must have been like 2010 or 11. I mean, obviously inflation is skyrocketed, but like
yeah,
I think we did one of our first records for like 16 grand.
Yeah,
which is wild to think about nowadays. And so being on the other side of it now, I look back at all those experiences and I'm like, man, those guys did a lot of work and should have gotten paid more. Like, and you just don't think about it at the time because you're in the band, so you're just trying to save money. So now, like when projects come across my desk and they're like, hey, we want to do this. What's your rate? And I tell them my rate, and they're like, hey, can you do it for this? I'm like, I could try and meet you closer to that, but I understand now, like all the background work and it's like once the band leaves, then the real work begins, like everything. So it's cool though. It's a lot of fun. It's really rewarding. It's also just super stressful sometimes.
Yeah. At the same time though, it's like you have this other skill, outside of the band. So like when, say in the future the band kind of wraps up, I mean, you can keep working until your 50s, 60s, whatever.
Oh yeah, has become like 100% my full-time job over the last couple of years. This is what pays the bills. Like I make more money doing this than being in a band, even though the band does well, and we've been very lucky to do well.
Yeah, and it's funny because like the band is hotter than they've ever been.
Yeah,
I mean, it's great. Which says a lot because like Memphis has been hot at some certain points, but now it's like it's insane.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, though. You just kind of learn to ride it.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is like Maddie being out on the road with Amber Lynn, it kind of draws attention to Memphis in a different indirect way.
Yeah,
like has that been your experience? Like, oh, he seems kind of cool. Like, I wonder what he's up to. Oh, he's in this other band.
Yeah, well, I mean, he when he first approached us, it was kind of like, hey, just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this. Like, I have an opportunity to go sing for not only just an incredible band, but like a band that kind of helped set me on the path that got me to us. And we're like, yeah, who is it? And he's like, it's Amber Lynn. And then he told us this like, forever ago. We were like, yeah, dude, do it. Like, we're not going to be bummed. Like, if like Story of the Year came up to me and was like, hey, you want to come be second guitar for a year? I'd be like, absolutely.
Side quest.
Of course. Yeah. I'd be happy to do it. And he honestly sounds awesome with them. We wrapped up, they re-recorded Never Take Friendship Personal. And he texted me one day, was like, you want to mix it? I said, sure. So they just put out
today.
They put out, was that
the whole thing dropped today?
Oh, the whole thing dropped today?
At least I believe so.
Yeah, it turned out sick. Sounds awesome.
Well, I mean, like even live though, it's like, you can tell he's having the time of his life because I mean, I saw him earlier this week on Monday. Very, very sold out.
Yeah,
but
he's having a blast.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because like he takes it in stride where it's like, hey, this is Amber Lynn and me. You know, let's have some fun.
Yeah, I like that he can kind of like, since it's not like quote unquote his band, he can like kind of just play around with it,
Yeah.
Just
And it's like, yeah, he's having a good time. I mean, everyone's having a good time.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's cool.
Northwest sold out super fast. They were the first 2 dates to sell out.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, so the shows have been packed. I mean, it was a tough show to get into. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Portland and Seattle have been kind of coming up.
I hope so. I think we're playing there pretty soon. So.
Sold out.
Oh, it did?
Sold out like a while ago.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, which is, has to be encouraging because it's like I don't know how often you go on like Reddit or Twitter or whatever. It's like, oh, like, no. Like, no, like the shows are selling out. So people obviously are liking what you're doing.
I stay off of Reddit as much as possible unless I have a question about something. I'm like, how do I install this on my truck? That's the only time I'm going to Reddit. If it's for like music stuff, I'm like, I cannot.
Nope.
Just can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, no, it's funny how like it has turned into a default search engine. It's like change, air filter, Reddit, pop.
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife is like talking about planting these trees in our backyard. They just immediately went to Reddit. What kind of watering do these need? It's great.
That's funny. Like I hesitated. Like, do I even show my wife like what Reddit is? Because like I don't want to like introduce that like evil into the world. Like once you get hooked on it, it's like, yeah.
Then you go back to it over and over. For as much as I talk about Reddit with my wife, she like doesn't ever go on there, and I'm like, I think that's good.
Yeah,
good?
I hope so.
I don't know.
Well, it's like that with me and like TikTok. She was really into like, oh, check out this like random video of this caracal or the capybara videos. And I'm like, okay, I got to download this app now to like check it out. And then sooner or later, it's just like I'm sucked into this algorithm. And it's like, they know me really, really well. And I'm like, I am a little bit uncomfortable with it.
That's how I feel about TikTok. Like,
yeah, right.
All of my friends have TikTok and are on it. And they're always like showing me stuff whenever we hang out, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I'm like, "I can't do it. I can barely keep up with Instagram."
You're gonna get on it, and it's gonna like know you so well. Like I kind of want to see like what's between. Like, it's really scary about how well they know you. It's like, oh, like here's some meal prep videos. Here's some, animal videos. Here is some riffs here and there, like.
Yes, it's scary how it just figures that out so quickly.
Yeah, right. And like it's gonna be one of those things where it's like you're gonna eventually get to the part where it's like, oh, here are the top 10 riffs from the 2000s, ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they have all our data anyway, so they already know. Like as soon as you log in and sign up, they're like, "Oh, this email, I know what you want."
Right. You know what's funny is that you say all these dates are selling out on this tour ahead of time. But you're not the only tour in town. Like, I mean, I think about Portland, especially like Devil Wears Prada is across the state the same night.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So it's like.
In what city?
Eugene.
Oh, in Eugene. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like them, King of Giants era. So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So
I'm just stoked out, man. Like, I'm almost 40 and
yeah.
we're still doing this. Like we don't feel like we're not bored yet, so we're just gonna keep going. So people want to keep coming out to shows,
which is great. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like Memphis sells tickets.
Yeah, it's cool with me. Can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, and then looking at like the new record, like it just has to be fun to play. I would imagine.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Like when you look at it as a whole, like what new songs are you looking forward to playing?
Well, if the last song on our album, if I can remember how to play it, it's going to be a lot of programming on my Kemper to do that, because the way I wrote the whole record was just so dumb. And I just literally sat down with like a demo template that I'd made, and I would just have like 8 tracks of like guitar, and I would just track everything DI, but on each separate track I would have like a different effect or like a different tuning or a different pitch. And so I would just like play part of a riff, and I would just be like, what does it sound like here? What does it sound like in this tuning? What does it sound like this with this screechy thing on there? And so I would build the whole song kind of that way, where it has these moments that just change and pop out and stuff like that. And so now it's the part where you have to go back and figure out how to accomplish that with all the key switching and stuff like that on your Kemper or your quad Cortex or whatever. And it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's like, what have I done? Can I recreate this in real time? And what if it screws up? And then
that is always a worry. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just playing the new songs in general is just a lot of fun. Me and Cody have like this kind of inside joke back when he came over, I don't know, a year or two ago to work on a Wage War song, and it ended up becoming, I forgot what it's called, but it's like the Florida song. And we were just joking around because he and I think, have been through similar kind of evolutions where you go through a phase where you try and just like as the writer, you're trying to like just do everything you can, like write all the craziest riffs, the hardest riffs, whatever. And we've both been there. And like sometimes people like it, sometimes it goes over people's heads. And then I think as you get older, the joke that we had became like, I'm trying to play less notes and have more fun.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it turned into. And it just, I think we just have more fun now. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, especially since you have to be on stage for, a while and not just 30, 40 and leave.
Yeah. And it's part of touring is, I hate to say it, is kind of a young man's game. Like, I remember, dude, when I was, in my mid to late 20s, I could just bang that shit out.
Yeah.
Just like keep touring and keep touring and keep touring and just never like really get that exhausted and still have like the energy and like verve to just like practice all the time and like just try and write really hard riffs. And then like as you get older, you have like responsibilities and you start to like understand everything that life brings with it, and you're like, I ain't got time for that.
No.
I just let's just do the best we can.
Do you feel like your overall like day-to-day routine has kind of changed and evolved over the last like even 5 years?
Oh yeah, immensely.
Yeah. Even like working out and like just prepping and.
Oh, I used to hate working out in the morning, and now I have to do it in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much the only time I have. And as much as I hate to admit it, even though I know I'm probably, and this is not saying much, I'm probably stronger like after lunch. Like I used to love midday workouts because that's what I do on tour.
Yeah.
You got some Chipotle in you, you're feeling strong. It's going to be a great day in the gym. You're going to feel pumped up, but I just don't have time for that. So I just have to do it in the morning. I'm very lucky that my wife let me buy this big folding rack that just is on the wall. So everything folds out.
Yeah.
I got everything I need. And so I can just bang that out in the morning, be done with it, start work. And I hate to admit that I feel probably more like zoned in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Getting that, I think so.
It's that endorphin rush,
Yeah, there's something to it. I'm not sure what it is. At the time, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Cardio is hardio.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like a Peloton or an elliptical or a treadmill at home or?
No, I don't. Tiff has in her office. She has like a little mini treadmill.
Yeah.
She would just, she works from home most of the time and she's sitting all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when she used to be in the office more, she had one of those like medicine ball or bouncy balls. So she was just always like bouncing at the computer. And I think she kind of missed that. So she has a standing desk and she can just like walk and work and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, I wish I could do that here, but my desk my speakers aren't set up for that.
Yeah, we would have. My wife does the same thing too. But my wife does a similar thing, but we live next to a Panera down the road, so we just kind of walk back and forth between going there, getting some coffee, and coming back, and then so.
Dude, they got rid of their cold brew, and it was some of my favorite cold.
Devastating, but
I know
they practically give away their coffee for free.
Well, and it's like I was so mad about it that I went and Googled it. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, it's just this." What's it called? Like the chameleon stuff. I forgot what it is, but you can get it at like Target.
Yeah.
And I kept making it at home, and it just wasn't quite the same.
Mm-mm.
So I was like, it just bummed me out.
Yeah, I mean, because like they have that sip club, it's $15 a month. It used to be
Yep.
like 8. They're like, oh no, just kidding, we're undercharging a bit, so let's keep. But now it's like $3 a month for the first 6 months if you sign up the right way.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, it's like basically free.
Yeah.
And it works at airports. I just used it over at Dallas Fort Worth.
Oh damn.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not paying $6 for coffee.
Oh, especially in the airport.
Uh-huh.
It's so expensive.
Oh yeah. And it's like, oh, okay. And then like get a coffee and then we'll give you a bagel for $1 more. It's like, well, okay. I spent $1 for a bagel and iced coffee.
Yep, ain't bad.
No, it's not. Like I love it. And then they're always giving you like these random like discounts for just nothing. I'm like, okay. I wouldn't normally pay $10 for a mac and cheese, but if it's $3, then fine.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, living down the street from one, that's got to be dangerous.
Dude, it's not bad. I mean, it could be a lot worse. Like a Panda Express. Oh my god, that'd be bad.
Oh, I know, dude. There's one right down the road, and I eat there at least once a week.
triple teriyaki chicken and rice.
Yep. You know, I got the Panda Rewards app and everything.
Damn, you were locked in, man.
I know. I got a Panda Express logo on my knee.
Is that really?
Or on my calf, yeah.
Well, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how are they not giving you like one of those like black cards?
They have a black card?
Like they should.
They need to invent one for me. I'm gonna have my manager.
I feel like it's like, look, if you're willing to get tattooed for Panda Express, you know, you might as well. I mean,
that was kind of the thought when I did it, was like, you know, if I do this and then we kind of like spring it on them, maybe they'll hook me up with something. But then part of me was also like, I don't care. Like,
nah, I mean,
Panda Express.
you only have so much real estate on your body. I mean,
yeah.
You know, people give away stuff for a lot less.
Yeah, I came home with it. I showed my wife.
So you did on tour.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude. What was that conversation like?
Get away with it. I just said, "Hey, babe, I'm getting the Panda Express logo." She said,
"Where?"
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be. Oh man, I have no idea. That would be a fun conversation. Yeah, I guess. I mean, what would be worse? I mean, I guess like, what is like the worst possible tattoo you can get? Like, at least from a corporate logo standpoint.
I mean, who's getting McDonald's tattoos? No offense to McDonald's.
No, I feel like it's like in an ironic, like kind of like a Ronald McDonald, like kind of like kind of like Garbage Pail Kids-esque.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that would. I think they're doing that in like more of an ironic sense.
Yeah, there's definitely folks doing that.
Yeah,
I'm sure Jake has something like that on his leg right now.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if Starbucks was like, "Yo, if you give me a siren tattoo somewhere, we'll give you X amount for free." I'm like, sure.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I'm gonna text Zero that right now and tell him to do that immediately.
Yeah, dude. I'm so sorry. Like their new CEO is turning it upside down. Like there's no more like big rewards anymore. It's more expensive, and it's like, yeah. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
And I have to. I like the Starbucks cold brew, but man, there's something about that Panera I just miss still. I don't know what it is.
You ever try that lemonade, like the charged one?
No. Is it awesome?
It's electric. It's pretty caffeinated.
It's electric. Okay, I'll have to try it.
Well, they've been sued over it twice.
Oh, how much caffeine does it have?
A lot, but like 2 people have died.
Oh, no way.
I mean, granted, it was like, you know, they had pre-existing conditions where they shouldn't have been having it in the first place, but...
Are we talking like hundreds of milligrams of caffeine?
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. I kind of stay away because it's like, you know, the calorie breakdown and whatnot, it's like not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
a bunch of sugar.
Yeah, it's like here's a bunch of sugar and here's a bunch of, you know, whatever. I guess if you want to just drink that and maybe some chicken breast all day, then that's fine, but...
That's funny you say that because that's exactly how Tiffany is. She's like, she wants to, if she's gonna splurge on calories, she wants to make sure that it's like the right thing. So if she like opens a frozen dinner from the freezer, and she's like, 300 or 400 calories. I'll eat half of it. I'm like, it's only 400 calories. She's like, yeah, but I like to spread out my calories. Okay, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because like I'll complain like, oh, I'm only doing like 1,800 calories a day, and my wife's like, I'm doing 1,300. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like,
She's like, shut up.
Come get out of here. Like, yeah. So there's some staples for sure. Like, I mean, you ever have like the Ninja Creamy in your house?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god. Do you like ice cream?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Morrow was that the other day, where you like make it and then you freeze it.
Yep.
Yeah, he was talking. He's like, dude, you got to get on that.
It's one of those like go to jail for it kind of things.
Do you just buy the little things on Amazon?
No, like... so it'll come with a couple containers at first, and then you can buy some more online. They're expensive, but you know that's how they get you.
Well, I mean, I might have to do it.
Well, it's crazy because like you can use like the Premier protein shakes or the Fairlife protein shakes and just kind of freeze them.
Oh yeah.
And
that's not a bad
mix it with whey. Yeah, so you can do like a couple Fairlives, a scoop of whey. You can get like 85 grams of protein for less than 500 calories.
And it tastes like ice cream.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can mix it with like some Oreo Thins. Yeah. Again, this is why we come back to TikTok, and like TikTok is like, oh, here are like 10 different recipes you can make under X amount of calories. And it's like, oh, well, damn.
Huh.
You got me there, TikTok.
Yeah, now I think I might have to. Yeah. I'm looking at it on Amazon right now.
Dude, I get the deluxe. That's my recommendation.
Deluxe?
It's a larger size.
Extra large capacity?
Yeah.
Sounds great. Love that.
Yeah. It's actually accessible now because I had to go and jump on a tracker just to get one because they were flipping them like for 3x the price. They would be sold. They would be sold out like literally within 30 seconds through Amazon, Walmart, Target. Like they would all be gone. It was like it's like you hear about people flipping the Pokemon cards now. It's like it's the same thing but with like this. That's anything nuts. That TikTok gets a hold of, it's like, oh, let's just scalp it. Like, you know, I'm sure Sleep Token will still get tickets scalped. I mean, those sold out super quick this morning.
Yeah, dude, everybody's just trying to make a buck on anything.
Yeah.
I feel like half of what I see on TikTok is like, it starts off as like a funny, catchy video, and then by the end of it, they're like, and check, check out my Amazon affiliate link,
which,
like, oh, dang,
and sometimes it's actually worth it, but like, yeah, you're right. Most of it's like, nah.
Yeah.
But then again, yeah. So you head out on this tour in like a month?
Yep, in a month. Yeah.
Okay, so have you guys started like doing the kind of the pre-production meetings yet for that?
Yep.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, we've already started having the discussions about production and whatnot, and I usually end up being the one that programs the lighting. So I think this time around we're doing something a little bit different. So I'm not sure if I'll be doing that, but most likely.
Yeah. What's kind of gone into the set list though? Like, have you guys talked about like, do you want to just come out with a banger and do like the center just right out of the gate, or?
It's probably mostly honestly going to be new stuff.
Good.
I'm thinking if we're doing like, what are we doing? Like 16 songs or something, maybe. It's probably going to be like a fat chunk of the new record,
which is great.
Yeah, so probably some of the ones that we haven't played yet, like Paralyzed and stuff like that. We'll probably do the other side. But it's probably going to be, it might bum people out, but it'll be like mostly new, probably some stuff from Remade in Misery, and then like the old stuff that people want to hear, like The Sinner and Vices and stuff like that. We always throw that in because I know how it is. Like, you go see a band you've been following for a while, like you still want to hear the old bangers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, stop playing.
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, that you guys were going to do a tour for the center at one point, but then COVID kind of got in the way, or like post-COVID.
Yeah, in 2021, I forgot about that. Yeah, we were supposed to, or at least we were planning on it, and then it got pushed. Yeah, I don't know. I think honestly, I hate to say this, but I think we kind of dodged a bullet a little bit.
Hmm.
Only because even though a lot of people still love that record, and I think would come out to see it being played in full, it I don't feel like that record was as big as like an Anberlin Never Take Friendship Personal.
Hmm.
Like to me that was like a massive record. And I wasn't even like a huge Anberlin fan, and I knew that record was big back
Yeah.
then. But so I feel like maybe we dodged a bullet, and I hate to say it, but I'm kind of glad we didn't have to do it because half those songs we wrote like right before the studio, and then never played ever again.
Okay. So it's
We're
good.
not,
You don't have to relearn it then.
oh yeah, I'd have to dig up an old Pro Tools session, and everybody's got to relearn it. I mean, Jake didn't even play drums on it, so he'd have to learn the drum parts. I mean, all that stuff.
And the technology was like, dramatically different back then too.
Oh yeah, I don't even know if the Pro Tools session will even open.
Yeah.
No.
Like, oh, files corrupted. Sorry, guys. Can't.
Yeah, it'll be like, oh no, this is the wrong OS. Like, oh, okay.
That's. I mean, how about Vices? We'll do that instead.
Yeah, we can give you Vices. We can give you the center.
Yeah.
And maybe remember how to play the victim. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, is there an older record you guys would possibly entertain just like doing in full over like a weekend, like go into LA or Dallas or something where it's like, cool, everyone fly out if you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm never like opposed to doing something like that. Like when I see other bands do that, I always think it's cool. I don't know. I think it would just be kind of like if the vibe is right, then
Yeah.
we'd all be happy to do it. Yeah. I mean, like, unfortunately, we're not like one of those bands that like I'm really jealous of Atreyu. Like, they are so fearless that they'll like. Brandon was over here like a while back tracking vocals, and he was telling me they did a show where they just yelled out like, "What do you guys want to hear?" And people just yelled out like song names.
Yeah.
And they would pick, and it doesn't matter like when the last time it was that they played it. It could have been like years, and they would just be like, "All right, here it goes."
Best shot.
I'm like, dude, I'm not built that way.
No.
Like, yeah.
It's a fun novelty. I mean, like, Silverstein has the Wheel of Silverstein, and
I know it's wild.
But those are like wild. Those are songs that they're like, okay, we're okay with playing this. Like,
yeah, if it's like if something that you've dusted off and you still remember how to play it just fine, then yeah, that makes total sense. But yeah, those spinning the wheel, like what song is still
damn it, like not this one. Nope, just kidding.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, that's crazy.
Is there a song you haven't played in like forever that you would like to kind of pull out, even just like intermittently?
There's an old song from The Hollow that we never played, but I kind of always wanted to. It's kind of slow. It's called The Reality.
Okay.
We never did, but it is just a really fun song to write. So, and we never got to play it. So I was like, I never got to know what that was like to play live.
Yeah.
We used to play The Unfaithful. That was a lot of fun to play. We used to play Live in the Lights all the time, and that was a lot of fun.
That's a fun song.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's weird, man. Like, I can't tell you how many times we've got up on stage and like you go to rip a song and you're just having the time of your life, and it's just like not the song for that day, dude.
No.
You know, and that's how you just learn how to like phase stuff out. And I know that bums some people out because like me also being a fan of bands, like you hope to like hear that deep cut.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, they're playing it, yes. And you may be one of like 10 people that are like actually stoked, you know? And so I get it now, being on stage and being the band that pulls that song out, and you're having a blast, but it's like these 20 people are the only ones that are like super jazzed on it. The rest of everybody else is like, oh, I don't know this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because like,
yeah,
this is album number 8. I mean,
Yeah.
So Shapeshifter, I mean, you have a heavy set list selection from that record, and then you have, 7 more records to choose from. Is every record going to get something, or like, are you going to like just kind of maybe pass on a couple albums here and there? And
I'm sure we'll play probably 1 or 2 off Hollow, probably 1 or 2 off a Challenger, and probably like maybe just 1 off a Challenger. And then probably
it's not nuts. Like it's.
Yeah. Well, we used to play, we'll definitely play Vices, but we used to play like Legacy a lot, but that one gets it's kind of hit or miss. Yeah, probably like 1 or 2 from each of like the Hollow and Challenger, and then probably 4 or so from Remade Misery, and then the rest is probably all new stuff.
How about anything off of Broken?
We still play the old me.
Yeah.
I still love playing it, and like people, it's kind of an interesting song to play because it did okay at radio when it came out, and we're very lucky that it did reasonably well, well enough to where when we play like especially radio markets, the radio people are like, oh, I know this song, and it's great. But like if you just discovered us on Remade Misery, then you have no idea what that song is, and it's like kind of slower, more of like just a fun jam. So I don't know, we might try and stick that one in. I don't know.
Did anything off of Remade Misery make like alternative radio at all, or?
Yeah, Make Believe did all right, and then it was kind of a weird cycle because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but the songs that we kind of had picked for radio, that we even did like a couple different variations of radio edits for, where you just take out the singing and you put in a melody or whatever, or put in like a vocal effect. I think I don't know if like our team just didn't connect with the songs, or if I don't know what happened, but it was just very underwhelming in terms of like how the radio campaign landed.
Mm-hmm.
It was like decent at best, and it was a bummer to us because when we finished Somebody, we were like, yo, this song this is perfect for radio. And then when we finished Make Believe, we're like, yo, this is perfect for radio. And we fully believed in both of those songs, either one being one of them that our team should like skyrocket to the top. And when it didn't, it was disappointing.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's crazy because like I feel like now in 2025, because I listen to like alt radio more than I had realized, like it's less controversial to be like, oh, here's a song from X band. I'm like, doesn't this band like yell a lot? Like it's not kind of sequestered over just to Octane. It's like your typical 103.7 FM.
Yep.
Which is crazy to think about. Like it's
kind of nuts. I mean, I think we've learned that a lot of that, I feel like a lot of that success when it comes to at least terrestrial radio is like really, really like getting behind the ball like way in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of had to learn that the hard way, because we never go into a record thinking like, all right, we're going to do 3 radio songs and we're going to have like 4 really heavy ones. You just don't think of, I just write whatever I write, and whatever comes out, the 10 or 11 songs and that I put in the Dropbox folder as the demos, that's what it is. It isn't like, we've never been a band that like writes 25 songs and we pick 10. It's just like, all right, here's the first one, boom, here's this one, boom, here's this one is going to be album. I wrote it as an album closer and we kept it as an album closer. It's just like literally it is what it is,
which is cool. So, because like I think with the attention economy, especially how it exists now, it's like I think you guys rolled out most of the record already. I think it's like 8 songs out of 10. 8,
I know.
Which is great. I mean, people have their own like gripes about it here and there, but like I like it. I think it keeps you guys at the forefront of the conversation. It's like, you know, versus just rolling it all out at once. And it's like, oh yeah, they put a record out in like March.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, because you're right. It's like there's I would say a reasonably small portion of people that are like super bummed on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like another third of people don't care either way, and then another third of people like are like stoked that you just keep putting out new music. And when we first started doing that on the last record, I thought it was a little nuts, to be honest. I was like, okay, like 7 singles? I was like, oh. Like after like the 5th one, it starts to feel like a lot. But now after having done that and like seeing, you know, just how things have changed, like, you know, Bring Me would just put out single after single, and Spirit Box put out single after single after single, and people got more used to that. I even, just as a consumer, and not that I listen to a lot of like heavy music or anything, but just all, you know, when I sit down to work, I'll pull up YouTube. Oh, this new band has a new song. Cool. I'll just jam it just to hear what's going on.
Yeah.
And I've even gotten used to like bands just putting out a new song every 2 months or 3 months. And so I'm kind of like bummed when they only put out 2 singles and then just randomly drop an album. I'm kind of like, oh, really? All right. Well, now I got to like sit and listen to it all at once. Like, I've become that person, and I did not expect that.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's just kind of how it goes. I mean, was there a conversation with Rise about like, okay, this is how we want to roll it out? Like, are you guys cool with that? Or
yeah, when we had that combo the first time around, when we did Remade in Misery, it was kind of like, hey, here's a weird idea. You know, like a lot of people in hip hop are doing this, where they just keep putting out singles and then eventually they just package it together as an album. Like, can we do that? And they're like, yeah, if you want. So we're like, oh, okay. I didn't think you were going to say yes, but cool. So we just tried it and then decided that we liked it.
Yeah.
And yeah, just did it again.
Well,
it's funny seeing the comments. Everybody been like, oh, they're doing it again.
It's funny though, because I feel like out of, you know, most of the bands on the roster, it's like you guys have the most equity kind of built up with that team. It's like, this is your 7th record with them, so it's like, what more do you want out of us?
Yeah, they you know, this sounds bad, but they like don't care. They'll let us do pretty much whatever we need. Like, hey, we want to go just do this thing and put out this many singles. They're like, yeah, sure, whatever you guys want to do.
Dubstep remix.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they're just down for whatever. You
know, what'd be fun is like, you know, I've always liked the idea of bands circling back and doing like remixes with alternative vocalists on it. Like, I mean, you know, you had Christian from Blindside on this album, but like, imagine other people that maybe just didn't work out immediately coming back around maybe a year from now and jumping on a track.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we did that last go around. We had Brandon hop on a song. I'm sure we'll do that this time. I haven't heard who Matt's thinking about. I don't know. I mean, it would be cool to get Zero on a song, because he can just literally walk down the street and come record it at my house. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if we're gonna. I bet we will.
I think it's another way to get attention and kind of breathe new life into it.
Yeah. Well, and that's, you know, that's a nice thing about just putting single after single out. It's like you always have something out.
Yeah.
And, you know, for everybody that's like, oh, well, you know, bands do that nowadays because that's the only way that they can like make money and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, there's some truth to that. Like, you know, streaming pays absolutely nothing, pretty much. And at least if you're constantly putting out new music, I don't know how the algorithm stuff works. I just I stay out of all that. I just know that it helps you in the long run. The more stuff you have coming out consistently. So,
which is great. I mean, like, was there anyone in particular that you guys pitched to for vocals that just didn't work out in time, or they weren't available, or they're like, nah?
No, Matt's really good about getting exactly what he wants. You know, like a couple records ago, he was like,
Matt's a scary guy.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like,
he's just very charming and persuasive.
you will do this, or else, you know,
Yeah. It's
something.
like he'll just call management and be like, "Hey, I want Jacoby on this song." They're like, "Oh, okay. Well, it's going to be, this many thousands of dollars, and we're going to pay for his flight and put points on the song." Where he's just like, "Yeah, do it." And that's how it happens. That Jacoby got on the song, or Larry from My American Heart gets on a song, or Christian from Blindside. Like he is like he told us, he's like, my number one goal is to get Christian from Blindside on one of our songs, and he made it happen.
Yeah, and it's funny because like I saw that when I got the advance, and I was like, Blindside's gonna do an album soon, aren't they? And sure enough,
Yep, there it is.
there
Yep.
it is. I'm like, that's like kind of one of those like subtle, like, yeah, something's coming down the pipe here.
It's kind of surreal, like, since studio stuff has become my full-time gig pretty much. It like, so I'll be the one that gets that audio.
Yeah.
Like when we had Brandon before, he was like one of our homies and one of our neighbors, like having him, like getting his raw vocals and like having to be the one that goes in and comps them and tunes them and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, his voice really just does sound like that. Like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. And then getting Christian's vocals, like all the raw stuff, and like having to comp that and put it together. And I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. Like, it's like a piece of history.
Yeah, it's like, and he doesn't do it for everyone. It's Islander and you guys.
Yeah, I still couldn't believe it. It's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, you know what I liked about this record is that you guys put out instrumentals after each single came out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that kind of helped fans appreciate kind of what went into it more, or?
Yeah. Matt got the idea for that from, oh God, who was it? It was a R&B artist. Was it Kalani? I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
But somebody was putting out the original, the acapella, and then the instrumental, and he thought that was so cool that he was like, dude, we got to do that. And I was like, oh, all right, let's not exactly triple the work for me, but it's still, I was like, that's a lot of extra work, but okay. And I'm glad we did.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in our songs, like just a lot of ear candy that I'm always hiding in our tracks. So it is cool to like have the instrumental, and vice versa. Like we always have Cameron Mizell do like all of our vocal tracking and vocal effects and delays and stuff like that. So it's cool for him to have the acapella out where you can see like all the cool stuff that's kind of like a vocal that's kind of sweeping in from the right, going over to the left, and all that cool stuff that normally during like a pretty smashed heavy song gets a little hidden.
Right. But
yeah,
yeah. It's fun to kind of like jump in there though and see you like, okay, yeah, the guitars are really, really crunchy. They're bouncy. Like you just appreciate it more, I think.
Yeah. Well, I hope that it kind of like shows. I guess people probably won't pick up on it, but it's like you have to figure out how to like sandwich those things together so that they can coexist and like live in the same space. Like it, whether it's like a pretty clean singing vocal and then you have like all this chaos that you have to like marry those two things together,
which is yeah
tricky.
No, that has to be excruciating. I mean, like I said, it's like stressful but also rewarding at the same time, because it's like I can imagine you sitting and looking at like a layout and having to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's like you have like 5 seconds of audio that you take maybe half an hour on. It's like,
yeah. I'm very envious of people that have like a template that they just use over and over. I know it works for some people. It just really hasn't worked for me. Like Zach Savini is one of those guys where he just has like signature sound. He's swapping out a couple drum samples or one or two different guitar tones, and he's popping everything in there, mixing it, and hitting print.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous of that. I wish I could do that. I've never been much of a template guy. So every time I sit down with a new project or a new Memphis record, I'm just kind of like, I have to go in and discover what it's going to be. And sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes a month, like every project is so wildly different. But luckily we did a pretty good job of like pre-processing everything so that when it got down to mixing, it was just like I knew where we were going.
For sure. Do you like kind of wish there was like more of like collective, like where of like producers and songwriters were, say for like a weekend, like you and maybe Drew Folk or Servini all kind of get together and bounce ideas off each other and kind of just get inspired to create? And
yeah, I would love that. I don't know Zach. I know Drew. Drew's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He'll text me randomly. He's such a nice guy and extremely talented. I would love that. Like just everybody just hang out for like a weekend at like in Vegas or something,
it's
at
like
a hotel or
It's like tied in university, but for like producers.
Yeah, I think that would be rad.
Bring in Cody, bring in like Chris Crummett.
A whole bunch of people just hang, shoot the shit, just talk ideas and stuff like that. Yeah, and then I think the reason a lot of people don't, or like why that's not a thing, is I think I hate to say it, but I think there's a fair amount of people that are worried that their secrets would get out.
Yeah.
Or that other people are going to like kind of steal their sauce. And, like I get that,
Yeah.
If you're a huge name and you're making a lot of money working on huge records, like I can understand the hesitancy behind that, but also I think it would just be cool to just do it as a bunch of dudes, just like
for sure.
Shit,
Well, I mean, and it's like a smaller world, but also like a bigger world if you think about it. Drew Folk, he works on Knock Loose, but he also worked on a Disturbed record. I just recently found out. Yeah, who knew?
I know, yeah, it's
but
crazy.
yeah, I mean, it's I think it's a smaller circle than people realize. Like, I think it'd be great though. You work with like Chris and him, and whoever else wants to get in the mix and just kind of bang stuff out, and then you guys all collectively move the envelope forward.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, I'm just a big fan of just learning. I feel like everybody should just always be trying different things, and whether it's in the writing side of it or producing or whatever. Like, I think there's always room to just expand and learn and try different things. And so I think it would be cool to just have people sitting around bouncing ideas and be like, dude, this one time, this client, blah, 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 and I did this and it was nuts. Like, I think that was cool.
Even just a vent, it's like, oh yeah, okay. I feel understood. It's like,
yeah.
But
yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. So you mentioned like you make most of your money through producing now, which is great. I mean, money is great.
Yep.
I love it for you, but where does that kind of leave the band? Are you looking for like one big headliner a year? Are you guys like looking for a headliner, maybe like a big support slot if it makes sense financially, or?
I think kind of like our rough idea for how our years are planned out moving forward is like, we know we're probably going to do one big headliner, and then really like headlining is cool. And it can be a lot of fun, but it's like all the stress is on you. Mm-hmm. So like sometimes just doing like a really, really cool support tour can be just as like much fun, and if not more sometimes, because it's a little bit less stressful. And if you're direct support, you still get a long slot, so you can play plenty of songs. You can still bring your production and things like that. So I think we tend to kind of like split that as like every year, let's try and do one headliner, and let's try and do like a support tour or two, and then some festivals, and then maybe we get overseas.
Yeah, for sure.
That seems to work pretty good because everybody else has like regular jobs here in Nashville, and then Matt's also touring with Amberlynn, so it kind of works out that way.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine like communication and time management are a premium right now, where it's like yeah, I mean, I can imagine your phone is probably just blowing up at all times, which
oh yeah, the group chats, just I have to just put it on silent when I'm working. Like I just can't do it, dude. It's just too much.
How often are you on D&D mode?
What do you mean?
Do not disturb?
Oh, do not disturb? I'm not right now, but usually.
yeah, it's funny. Like I had shown one of the other guys like, hey man, like you have like a few hundred text messages in your like circle here. You can like create a favorite, like a VIP list, right? He's like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, you can have like 5 people that can get to you right now and get through this do not disturb mode. He goes, wait, you're kidding me? Like, you can? I'm like,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's like, okay, look, you can, have a list of people like, your wife, and then maybe, maybe a couple select people like, hey, like family. So yeah, do not disturb, except if you're these like 5 people. And he's like, this is amazing. Like I can just like go about my day and then not have to worry about missing anything like big.
Yeah, that'd probably be the responsible thing to do. I probably should do it. I don't even know how many unread texts I have, but I'm sure it's a lot.
Not to mention like probably direct messages and.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've just been so slammed. Like I even have client requests right now sitting in my inbox that I just haven't even had the energy to get to.
Which,
and I mean, even, not that it makes it okay, but like I would, most of the time when I have bands hit me up, they need something like pretty quick.
mm-hmm.
And I just have zero turnaround time right now, but except for, I'm booking out for fall. But yeah, I just haven't even had a chance to. I don't even want to know how many unread emails I have.
Sounds like you need an assistant, dude.
Yeah.
Go on Fiverr and just like hire someone and be like, hey, look, please tell this whole inbox just no, please. Just.
That's not a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Huh. That's not a bad idea.
We just contact. Who are you with right now with PR? Is it Adam Splitter?
For the band, I can't remember.
Yeah, just have them do it. Just like hire someone from the team. Like, hey, just tell everyone that emails you, just no.
Yeah, I'd be like, can you just hook me up with that? Just give me like the in-band discount.
Yeah, just do that. Like, they're used to telling people no.
Yeah, I mean, if they say no, who cares?
Yeah,
at least I asked. That's a great idea.
Except for like, maybe the one person you want to tell yes. Like, yeah, of course I'll work with insert radio rock band that has like 30. I can't imagine.
Level 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine like so. Drew again, Knock Loose, but also Disturbed, but also, what else does he have? Like Motionless.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, that's amazing. But so how do you like manage to kind of just plug everything out and just kind of do your own thing away from the band and away from producing and just like recharge and not go crazy? Because I mean, you have a lot on your plate and it's easy to get burnt out.
I've kind of had some combos with some of my guys about and just people in management of like, hey, this is like a phase of life right now where like all the extra stuff that I normally just would spend just days doing for the band, like I just don't have that bandwidth anymore.
Yeah.
So it's got to get delegated to somebody else, or we have to hire out for it, and we have to take a pay hit on that. That's what we got to do, because like I have other clients that need me right now, and that's just the way it is. And I think they get that. I mean, everybody getting older, everybody's getting married or is married, and buying houses and all that stuff. So
having
I think
kids too. I mean,
yeah. So it's kind of a weird transition to go through as somebody that like grew up being a musician, and then you get older and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot there's like adult stuff you have to do.
Yeah, and like there's like problems that like you're not necessarily equipped to handle right away. It's like, oh, so and so passes away. Wait, I'm like the adult in this situation. Like I have to like navigate this and like take care of details and just like, damn, okay, this is our 30s.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what you learn between 30 and 40. It's nuts.
Yeah. But yo, so tour kicks off in a month. Gosh, I can't imagine how many dates are sold out. Probably at least half, I would assume.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, so are you guys doing VIPs in this tour?
Yes, we have. I think there's a couple different options that we were looking at for VIP stuff. We always like to do something fun.
Is there like an exclusive vinyl? Because I know that's kind of hot.
Yes, I think they sent me a test pressing. I haven't taken a look at it yet.
Yeah.
But, usually pretty picky on the vinyls.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where people like. I know people that are like kind of hesitant to jump on the VIP thing, except if there's like a variant. It's like.
Yep.
Yeah, which is great. I love that people are like, "Oh, I want all 5 variants of this record."
Yeah.
And then they just...
I remember seeing a photo a while back of like, some different color swatches, and they were all really, really sick.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's funny? Like, even aside from the album, you can do like album artwork, and you can sell that.
Just yeah.
Even like almost like a vinyl jacket almost.
There's so many options nowadays. Jake is really good
with
that kind of creative aspect of stuff.
Yeah, so everyone in the band has their own kind of like niche.
Yeah, it's like Matt's obviously the singer. He handles a lot of the business stuff. Corey is our lumberjack, so he can build pretty much anything that we need built. Jake is really good with like handling art and merch and stuff like that, and then I do all the audio and production and lighting, so everybody gets a job.
I guess it's kind of like one of the main lessons you can learn from the band, I guess, is like, you know, if you want to just do something, just do it yourself, or learn how to.
Yeah, and you kind of have to, I think you just learn as you get older. There's like things that you gravitate to, or things that you figure out that you're good at that help out. Oh, hi.
You get a dog?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of my French bulldogs.
Nice.
Yeah.
You recommend?
Yes. She won't let me pick her up right now. Yeah, she's very sassy.
Are they pretty loud, or?
Let's see if you can. Yeah, that's her snorting. Hi.
That's funny.
She's probably very hungry right now. Come here.
Yeah.
Say hi. All right. You're okay. Oh, you're okay. Nice. I know. She doesn't like being picked up. Yes,
yeah, we're not. We're not recording video right now, but it just it's always fun to have it on.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, that's been a conversation over the last like year. Is like, do we get a pet? Do we get a dog? Do we get a cat? Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I like dogs of all sizes. I used to be a really big fan of like big dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like Great Pyrenees and stuff like that. Just like the fluffier, the better.
Yeah.
And back when Tiff and I used to dog sit, we watched a couple like really big dogs, and they're so wonderful. But they just shed so much.
I know, right?
It
sounds really dumb, but like I've been kind of like itching for more band merch where it's like, can we just like have a big cat on the shirt, or like a big dog, or
at
least like a bear? Like,
I think that's great.
Like, this is a Memphis May Fire shirt, and it also has like a mountain lion on it, or you know, a caracal, or you know, a bunch, or like a collection, like remember the old like '90s big dog T-shirts?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have like a knockoff of that.
Yeah, I've been dreaming of a way to convince my band to do a French bulldog shirt.
I feel like you just do it and say sorry later.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Like kick you out of the band?
yeah. Just go behind their back to merch now and just print it myself.
I say just do it, because I mean, you know, I feel like anyone tries to fill in, it's not gonna go well.
True. Yeah.
So I mean, like, oh, you were looking for these, you know, Kemper plugs? Like, sorry.
Yeah, I might just have to just hit up Ian and just do it.
Okay, I'll be waiting for it then. Album's out in a week. Anything that you might want to kind of toss out there that you haven't mentioned yet about the album, or?
I mean, I think we've mostly covered. I hope everybody loves it,
dude.
It was really fun record to write and to make, and we just wanted to, you know, we never go into a record trying to be anything but us, and we just try to have fun. Like our publicist was texting our group chat and was like, "Hey, can you put together a playlist of you know, songs or bands that inspired this record?" And Matt, you know, jokingly texted like, us, me, us, like, and that's literally what it is. Like, I very rarely hear something and I'm like, oh man, that's, unless it's like something really moody in a TV show. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I hope people dig it. I think I was listening to a fair amount, not listening, but like in my brain was hearing like a fair amount of like kind of 90s, late 90s, like heavy rock, like Prodigy
Yeah.
and Stabbing Westward and stuff like that. And so I kind of, some of those elements made it into these songs.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a cardio record. I mean, you can get, you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't overstay its welcome. It just kind of gets in, is high octane the whole time, and just boom, you're out.
Yep, exactly.
So you can get a good 40-minute cardio session done, and listen to the whole thing all the way through.
Yeah, start it when you get in the gym, and then when it's done, you can leave.
Yeah, hopefully everything is soaked. Then that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Zone 3.
Yep.